I think that Joe Biden's message to the UK is that he doesn't care about Britain. This is, I think, one of the most anti-British presidents in modern US history. And Biden has behaved in extremely dismissive fashion towards the United Kingdom. He is somebody, of course, who seems to elevate Ireland and also the European Union above the special relationship with the United Kingdom. He's also a spectacularly rude individual, lecturing the British Prime Minister over Northern Ireland and Brexit policy. Who does he think he is? In the meantime, of course, he's hobnobbing with Irish elites, including Gerry Adams, of course. And for many decades, Joe Biden was an enthusiastic supporter of the IRA, terrorist movement. And so you can see where this is all coming from. And Biden began his presidency by throwing a bust of Winston Churchill out of the Oval Office, just as Barack Obama did before him. President Trump brought the bust back, and Biden removed it. And I have to say, I do think Biden is a disaster for America, is a disaster for the free world, and he is treating Britain with absolute disdain, a fundamental lack of respect, and of course he's kowtowing to the EU elites, including those in Ireland as well.
Niall, I wonder, that contempt that you speak of, evidenced by President Biden towards Britain, do you think, personally, that actually the change in Prime Minister from, of course, Boris Johnson to Liz Truss to now Rishi Sunak, that actually President Biden feels that he can completely walk all over Rishi Sunak? Is that fair?
Yeah, and that's actually a very interesting point, Darren, because the Biden White House absolutely hated Boris Johnson and they intensely disliked Liz Truss. In fact, Biden directly intervened, attacking Liz Truss's tax policies. And so Biden was part of this sort of anti-growth coalition trying to oust Liz Truss because they didn't like her low-tax, pro-economic freedom approach, which undercut, of course, the big government Americans. With regard to Rishi Sunak, I do think that Joe Biden, his advisors, view Sunak as a somewhat, I would say, softer leader. I think they do believe they can push Sunak around. Hence, you have Biden lecturing Sunak over the Windsor Framework, over trying to force the DUP into what is actually a very bad deal overall. And I think that they do in the White House view Sunak's Downing Street as a walkover and far easier to push around compared to Boris Johnson's Downing Street, for example. Sunak needs to stand up for Britain. He needs to stand up to Biden. He needs to tell Joe Biden, go mind his own business. It's not the role of the US president to be lecturing the British people over their own Brexit policy and Northern Ireland policy.